Tech Hub. So in today's video we will see inheritance, and we will see the types of inheritance and the code implementation also we will see. So far what we have seen, what we have learned objects, class, abstraction, encapsulation and polymorphism. So these many concepts of object oriented programming we have learnt. So in today's video we will see inheritance thoroughly. So let's get started with inheritance. So before to see the code implementation, what we will do first, we will revise the definition of inheritance, and we will see one by one with the example also. What is the types of inheritance, we will see one by one. Okay, so if you see the definition of inheritance, it says it is a process. Inheritance is the process of acquiring or obtaining or reusing the properties of an existing object into a new object. So it just you can say it is the reusability of existing object into a new object. You are going to create a new object, but you see your object, all properties are existing, not all, means some properties are already existing in some other object. So you no need to write the code again, you can reuse that one by inheriting the existing object. So when you inherit, it will inherit what? It will inherit the properties. Properties mean the state and behavior of a object. So what is state? State is nothing but the field of a class or the variables of a class, and behavior is nothing but the function or method of a class. So we can say that it is a mechanism. Inheritance is a mechanism of reusing the code, So the object is going inherited, means whatever the existing object we are going to inherit into the new object, that is called superclass or base class or parent class. And the object that inherits the superclass is called subclass or derived class or child class. And inheritance defines is a relationship. What is a relationship? So if I take this example, a person and employee. The employee is a person. If you say like that, employee is a person, we can say in general life also we can say like that, employee is a person. If I say bus, or if I say tractor or any bike, anything, so we can say like that also. Bus is a vehicle, tractor is a vehicle, bike is a vehicle. So in the same way we are using is here, So employee is a person, yeah, obviously employee is a person. Student is a person, so it means this is defining our relationship. Here we are defining a relationship with employee and person. Yeah, it's a relationship with employee and person. So hence inheritance define is a relationship. Similarly, that's it. You will understand more clearly when we will see the example, means how it is a relationship. Okay, so what is the definition of inheritance? It is nothing but the reusing of a code, or that's only reusing of a code, or taking the properties or behavior of a existing object. So this is a inheritance, means the reusability of existing code called inheritance. Okay, from this diagram you can understand what you can understand from this diagram. Suppose already one object A is there, another object B that we want to make, and we see whatever the properties we need. So few properties are already existing in object A. Yeah, definitely we can use that one. If it is already existing, we no need to write the code again. Object A is already written, class is already there for object A, so we can reuse that same, and we can inherit the object A, and we can create the class of object B, and we can add our extra features, our extra implementation we can add into object B. So it will not impact the code of object A, and it will create the new object. So one thing, the code reusability is called inheritance. So here, if you see here in this diagram, what you can observe, object B, we can say like that, object B has all the properties of object A along with some additional properties of object B, because object B has all the properties, all the features of object A along with the new feature that we added in object B. This one we can understand from this diagram. So here are some types of inheritance. So in the first video of object oriented programming concept, we have seen inheritance only the definition. Only the definition we see. In the first video, we only saw the definition of inheritance. We have not saw the definition of types of inheritance. Just we explained these are the types only. That's it. Now we will go in deep. Actually, means each types of inheritance we will define thoroughly, and we will see the implementation of each of this type. So let's get started with the first one. First one is a single or simple inheritance. Sometimes people will say this is a simple inheritance or single inheritance. How it is? It has only one base class and one derived class. If it has a one base class and one derived class, it is called a single inheritance. When the derived class inherit only one base class, called single inheritance. Example is given here. One person and one employee. Suppose in our project or in our application, only employee is inheriting the person. Yeah, that is also chances. Person can be reused by student. Yeah, it's chances. Student is also a person. So that things can be there, but we are taking this example in such a way, we are considering no other class is extending person. So what will happen in this one? In this case, this will be single inheritance only. Person is inherited by employees only. So what called the single inheritance? When the derived class is inherited only one base class, by only one base class, called a single inheritance. So let's see the code here. See, if you see the code, we are creating here one employee object. And inside the employee we are setting the name and date of birth. Date of birth currently I am taking from the system date, and we are setting some employee ID E0001, and the designation of employee we are setting as a developer. So if you observed our video object and class, the second video we made object and class. If you have seen in that video, we have created the example person. we have created a class called person. So the same person class only I am extending here. I am not writing any the new code. So if you see the blueprint of employee, then what you observe here, you will observe only we have declared only two fields. One is employee ID, another one is the designation. There is no employee name or date of birth, anything. It's not there. Then from where it is coming, then how we are setting here if we have not declared any variable like that, name or date of birth. We have not declared this type of variables, but we are able to set. Then how it is possible? Because we are inheriting the person class through the keyword extends. We can inherit the other object. We can inherit the other object. So if you see inside the person class, then the field is already there, name and date of birth, name and date of birth. So in the person class, in the employee class, we are inheriting person. So this is a single inheritance. So we are able to set here the employee name. Reference variable we are calling set name. So that the set name method is coming from person class, because employee class is extending person class, means employee class is inheriting the feature of person, and we are setting the the name of that employee. So this is the name we are setting, and the date of birth we are also setting here. So these two field is coming from employee. These two field is coming from person class, and these two field, designation and employee ID, is coming from employee class. So if you see here the statement 37, line number 37, if you see, we are doing typecasting here. How it is possible? Because because employee is a person. Employee is a person, is a relationship is there. So that's why we are able to typecast here. We cannot typecast at all. It will give some exception. If we are not able to typecast, it means there is no is a relationship. If is a relationship is there, means if inheritance is there within the class, then only we can do the typecasting. So this is a super typecasting we can do here. From the employee we are just taking persons only. From the person we are getting get name. Yeah, we are able to do that one. We can do that one because person has a get name fields, and person has a date of birth field also. So and employee as it is we are printing. So if I run this code, and you will observe the output. See, what is the name we are setting? Ram Nivas. The same we are getting here. We are printing from the person class. We are printing from the person class, and the date of birth, the current system date I am taking. So we are printing that is also coming from person class. And the other thing, whatever the detail is remaining inside employee object, we are printing with the toString method, like that, employee ID and designations. So this is a example of single or simple inheritance, where person is a superclass and employee is a subclass. Means person is a base class and employee is a derived class. So this is the definitions of single inheritance, and we have seen the implementation also. In the second type of inheritance is a multi-level inheritance. What is multi-level inheritance? The inheritance will happen in level. See, when the derived class is created from another derived class called multi-level inheritance. Suppose we are going to extend, means we are going to inherit some class, but that class is already inheriting some other class. Suppose here I am giving here base class. That base class is inherited by derived class 1. In that case, derived class 1 again is inherited by derived class 2. So in this case, this is a multi-level inheritance. Suppose suppose if you take example, real life example, suppose you take a example of car can be inherited by Maruti, because Maruti is also car, and Maruti 800 we can say it is a Maruti also, because whatever the feature is there in Maruti 800, all features have. Along with that, some extra feature is added in Maruti 800. So car is a common, and Maruti is derived from car only, and Maruti 800 is derived from Maruti. So this example we can write very easily. If you see the code, if you see on the code implementation, yeah, multi-level inheritance. See, multi-level inheritance. So can you observe what will be the output? Suppose we have defined one class car. I will show you the .java file also. See, car, we are not doing anything here, just we are overriding toString method, and we are returning some string only, just message we are printing, this is a car, to know what type of variable it is, object it is. This is a car. In the car object we are giving toString as this is car. And if we see the class of Maruti, then we are overriding the toString method, and we are returning this is Maruti, and but it is extended by car only. It is extended by car only. Currently we are not inheriting any properties, because in car also no properties is not there, in Maruti no properties there. And the third one, Maruti 800, it is extending Maruti. So this is multi-level inheritance. You see, car is being inherited by Maruti. Again, Maruti class is inherited by Maruti 800, and we are printing here. So if I run this code, you will observe the output. See, first one we are printing car, so this is a car. Next time I am taking car only, but object type is Maruti, so it is printing Maruti. In the third one example, in the line number 23, again I am taking the reference type of car only, but object is Maruti 800, so it will print Maruti, this is Maruti 800. How it is? Because of runtime polymorphism, we have seen already, because toString method is calling from object only. Compiler will bind with a reference type only, but the actual implementation, actual execution will happen from the object only. So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. How it is multi-level? This is a level. Class is inherited into Maruti. Maruti is inherited into Maruti 800. So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. The next one is multiple inheritance. How it is? From the diagram you can see very clearly, one class D is there. The class D is inheriting two classes, B and C. B and C. This is inheriting B and C. So two classes, class D is inheriting. So it is a multiple. We can say it is a multiple. It is a multiple only, no? Class D is inheriting multiple class. So that's why we call it a multiple inheritance. When one derived class is derived from more than one base class, means when one derived class, what is the derived class here? D is the derived class. So D is the derived class, is derived from more than one base class. Yeah, more than one base class. One base class is B, one base class is C. So this is called a multiple inheritance. How it is? Example. So moving vehicle, flying vehicle and aeroplane. So you can say like that, aeroplane is a moving vehicle. Yeah, aeroplane can move, and aeroplane is also a flying vehicle because aeroplane can fly also. So here aeroplane is both type of vehicle, moving vehicle and flying vehicle. So the aeroplane is derived from moving vehicle and flying vehicle. So because here aeroplane is extending the feature of moving vehicle and flying vehicle. So if you see the code, multiple inheritance, multiple inheritance. You have seen here aeroplane. Aeroplane can have a three functionality. If you see here, one, first it will start, then it will move, then it will fly. If I open the blueprint of aeroplane, you can see here it is implementing moving vehicle and flying vehicle. So here if you are observing here, previously I was using extend keyword to inheriting the feature of any other class. Previously we are using here extends, but now we are using implements. Why? Because in Java there are two types to inherit the feature. One is you can extend the class also, or you can inherit the class and you can inherit the interface also. What is interface? Why interface? And so that all that things we will learn in the Java. When we will start the Java course, we will learn this thing. What is interface? What is class? Class we have already seen, but what is interface? Interface is also a data type in the Java. Why they have given this one? All these things we will see. So you just only understand we are inheriting the feature of moving vehicle and flying vehicle into aeroplane. Inside moving vehicle there is a method move, and inside the flying vehicle one method is there fly. So if you observe this code, then if you can see we are creating here aeroplane object, we are applying aeroplane dot start, aeroplane dot move, aeroplane dot fly. You don't consider in this aeroplane dot start method. I will explain in the next type of inheritance what is the use of this one actually, because this method is not coming from moving vehicle or flying vehicle. It is coming from some other class. We will show you. I will show you that one. So this is the example of multiple inheritance. In the multiple inheritance, we are inheriting more than one class into the one derived class. Here in aeroplane we are inheriting the feature of moving vehicle and flying vehicle, both we are doing. So this is the example of multiple inheritance. If I run this code and you can see the output of that one, then what will come? Aeroplane started, aeroplane moving, aeroplane flying. Where this implementation? This is here only. But this method is actually coming from, one is coming from moving vehicle, one is coming from flying vehicle. From moving vehicle, move method is coming. If you see the moving vehicle, move method is there. It is coming from moving vehicle. From the flying object, fly method will come. And this start method is coming from some other one. I will show you in the next types of this inheritance. So this is the example of multiple inheritance, because aeroplane is extending the feature of, aeroplane is inheriting the feature of flying vehicle and moving vehicle. Okay, so the next is multipath inheritance. What is multipath inheritance? Suppose a derived class with two base class. See, a derived class with two base class. and these two base class have one common base class. Now you understand the actually use what it want to say. Multipath, it want to say this derived class D has a two base class. Yeah, it has a two base class. In the above also the same. In the class D we have a two base class, B and C, and this class B and C should have one base class, one base class. Then we can say multipath inheritance. Here the definition says a derived class with two base class. Yeah, one derived class D is there with two base class B and C, and B and C and derived class has one common base class called A. So this is the example. This is called multipath inheritance. So we will see the example. We have not doing much here. The same only. This example only we are modifying. We are modifying in that class actually. How it is? You see, you observed here. Aeroplane is a moving vehicle. Aeroplane is a moving vehicle, and aeroplane is a flying vehicle. And if I see from the perspective of moving vehicle and flying vehicle, anyhow, moving vehicle is a vehicle. Moving vehicle is a vehicle. Vehicle can be any type, either moving or flying. And flying vehicle is also a vehicle. So we have added in this example only vehicle. Yeah, vehicle, moving vehicle, flying vehicle, and aeroplane. Here aeroplane is a vehicle. Yeah, both type of moving vehicle and flying vehicle. So aeroplane is derived from moving vehicle and flying vehicle, and flying vehicle and moving vehicle is derived from vehicle only. So this is called multipath inheritance. So now I hope you will understand the use of this start method now, because this start method, okay, wait, multipath inheritance, same only, just code is same, just name is given, that's why I am opening another one. See here, now if I open the blueprint of aeroplane, you can see here it is inheriting the feature of moving vehicle and flying vehicle. I will open moving vehicle and I will open flying vehicle also. So aeroplane is inheriting the feature of moving vehicle and flying vehicle. If you see the blueprint of moving vehicle, the moving vehicle is extending vehicle again. Yeah, and flying vehicle is also extending vehicle only. And vehicle method has one method called start. Any vehicle has to be started first. Obviously vehicle has some engine that has to be started. So this is a common functionality only, no? Vehicle has to start. So even if it's a moving vehicle or a flying vehicle, it has to start. That is a common only. So that's why in the moving vehicle we are inheriting vehicle, and in flying vehicle also we are inheriting the vehicle. But in the flying vehicle one extra feature is there, that is fly. And in the moving vehicle one extra feature is there, that is move. So we are extending inside moving vehicle and in flying vehicle we are inheriting. And aeroplane is inheriting both the features, moving, because aeroplane is a both type. Aeroplane is a moving vehicle also and is a flying vehicle also. So these three implementation we are giving in aeroplane, and the same output we will get now. We will get the same output. Yeah, we are getting the output aeroplane. Now this aeroplane started. Aeroplane started. S-T-A-R-T. Aeroplane started. So this method is actually it is from. This method is from vehicle class, and this method is coming from moving vehicle interface. Actually this is interface, because implements we will use when it is interface or it is a different types. This is a class, this is a interface, so we are using implements here. If it is the same type, here is interface, here also interface, then we will use here extend. So this move method is coming from moving vehicle, and this fly method is coming from flying vehicle, and start method is coming from vehicle, and the implementation is given this one only, and we are getting this output. So this is the example of multi-path inheritance, because path is multiple. From A to C, if you come, there are two paths, through B or through C, same thing. So next thing is, next type is hierarchical inheritance. What is hierarchical inheritance? When two or more derived class is derived from the same clause, called hierarchical inheritance. Yes, now I hope you understand example. That first type, simple type we had taken. Now in that one we are using employee. Employee is a person, and student is also a person. So we have created a new class called student. What the definition says, when TWO2, this is TW2, when two or more derived class, means B and C, yeah, this is a 2, or it can be more than 2 also. When two or more derived class is derived from the same class, called hierarchical inheritance. Here the student and employee is derived from person only. So this is a hierarchical inheritance. If you see the code, hierarchical inheritance, what you will observe, here we are creating a student object, and inside the student object we are setting some name. Yeah, student has a name. Obviously student has a name, and student has a date of birth also, because student is a person only. So person has a name and person has a date of birth. So we are setting this name Abhimanyu, and the date of birth we are setting as current system date, and student ID 50001, and the course name, the course what the student course is taking, MCA, like that. And here if you observe, this is what typecasting to person. Why how it is typecasting is possible? Because student is a person, there is a relationship between student and person. In that case only we can do the typecasting. So this is a typecasting to person object, typecasting to person object, simple. So you can do typecasting also, and you can print this name, get name and get date of birth, and student you can print as it is. So what we will print it, if you open the student, we are extending the person here. Person is nothing but the same person only, whatever we are using in the employee, same thing. Name and date of birth is there. Permanent address currently we are skipping. If you want to set, you can set, otherwise you don't need to set. For understanding purpose only we added the simple fields. So here we have added some extra features. Extra feature is what? Student ID and course name. But person don't have a student ID, because person is, it's not like that. No, every person is student. Not every person is student. Only student is a person, but not every person is student. So in the student we have added two fields like student ID and course name, and person has a person name, date of birth, and permanent address. So we are inheriting inside student a person. In the same way, employee also we are extending person, and in person, but person has some other fields. Yeah, not every person is employee. Yeah, but every person is employee only. So not every person is employee, but every employee is a person. So we can say that employee has a employee ID and designation, but person has only name, date of birth, and permanent address only. So we added these two fields, and we given setter and getter for that one, and two string method we have overridden here in this way, and here in this way, two string methods. So if we run this code, what will happen? And see, here we are setting the in name. So this is the employee name, date of birth, employee ID 1 E0001, and developer is the designation of employee. And again we are doing a typecasting here. Why it is typecasting is possible? How we can do the typecasting? Typecasting to person. How we can do the typecasting here? Because there is a relationship between employee and person, because employee is a person, so that's why we can do typecasting also here. And we are printing from the employee person is get a name, and date of birth, and employee we are printing as it is. So if you see the output of that one, you will observe, yeah, now it is printing Abhimanyu. This is from student, date of birth, student ID, and student course. But here if you see employee name, employee date of birth, and employee details, employee ID and designation, and here student ID and student name. So this is the student detail, this is employee detail, this one is the student detail, and this one is employee detail, and this is the person detail, this is also person detail. So I hope you understand this one very clearly. Next one is hybrid inheritance. So what is hybrid inheritance? It is the combination of two or more inheritance. Any more than two inheritance, if we are combining, it will become hybrid inheritance. For example, we have already seen the example like vehicle, moving vehicle, flying vehicle, aeroplane. So till this one, all moving vehicles are vehicle, and all flying vehicles are also vehicle, and aeroplane is a vehicle, aeroplane is a moving vehicle, and aeroplane is a flying vehicle also. Same as multi-path inheritance. In the multi-path inheritance, we have seen this example. So if you see here, aeroplane is a vehicle, and aeroplane is a moving vehicle also, and aeroplane is a flying vehicle also. But what if we add here helicopter also? Because helicopter is a vehicle, but helicopter is not a moving vehicle. Helicopter is only a flying vehicle. So the same thing in hybrid inheritance, we only added helicopter here, because helicopter is a vehicle, but it's not a moving vehicle, it's a flying vehicle, because helicopter cannot move, it can fly only. So if you see the example, hybrid inheritance. So here we have created one object of aeroplane. So in this aeroplane we can start aeroplane. Here we are calling start method, and then we are calling move method. After start it is moving, after moving it will fly. So this is the steps here to fly the aeroplane. But if you see helicopter, we are creating here helicopter object, and we are starting helicopter. Yeah, engine has to be started, any vehicle has to be started, but after that one we don't need to move that helicopter, directly we can fly. So if you see helicopter, it is implementing only flying vehicle, and flying vehicle only implementing vehicle. So this is a multi-level inheritance. Vehicle is not implementing anyone. So flying object is extending vehicle, means flying object is inheriting vehicle, and helicopter is inheriting flying vehicle. So this is a multi-level inheritance. And aeroplane is inheriting moving vehicle and flying vehicle, because moving vehicle is inheriting vehicle and flying vehicle also is inheriting vehicle only. So helicopter class is the example of multi-level inheritance, and aeroplane is the example of multi-path inheritance. Multi-path inheritance. So one is multi-path inheritance, another one is multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. So any of the two type of inheritance is combined into a single inheritance called hybrid. It is the combination of two or more inheritance. So we are making here two inheritance. Helicopter class is the example of multi-level inheritance, and aeroplane is the example of multi-path inheritance. So this both making in a single class called hybrid inheritance. If you see, I am repeating again, helicopter is the example of multi-level inheritance, because helicopter is implementing flying vehicle and flying vehicle is implementing vehicles. So this is a multi-level inheritance, and aeroplane is inheriting moving vehicle and flying vehicle, and moving vehicle and flying vehicle both inheriting the vehicles only, both inheriting a same object called vehicle. So this is a multi-path inheritance. This is the definition of multi-path inheritance. One base class has a two derived class, and this two derived class is derived from one subclass. So this is multi-path inheritance and multiple inheritance. So any of the two inheritance is combined into a single one called hybrid inheritance. So this is the example of hybrid inheritance. Okay, if I run this code, you will observe the output. See, aeroplane started, aeroplane moving, aeroplane flying, helicopter started, it should be started, helicopter started, helicopter flying. Okay, so this is the inheritance only. Okay, in the next video we will see association. As we have already seen, aggregation and composition is the subset of association. It defines as a relationship. We will see in the next video what is the association, what is aggregation, what is composition, and we will see the types also. There is a relationship, no, it is a relationship. So relationship has some types actually, like one to one, one to many. So all this thing we will see in the next video. So I hope you like the video. Please like this video, and if you have any questions, please ask in the chat box or in the comment section, and we will see you in the next video. Till that, bye bye.